For me, the only way to do that is to talk about my life and the things that grow along with me. The only thing that grows along with me, my experiences, my family, my marriage, my mistakes, my ups, my downs. Those are the things that I can talk about forever. Because as you get older, things change, shit gets different. But it's all coming from my personal opinion of me, my view on me and how I see life. You can't lose material in that state. That's why I stay away from certain things, because those things can become boring after a while. For me, because I don't have the knowledge of everything that I should.
Like what? What kind of things?
Well, politics. I don't joke in the politics. I don't joke in anything that has to do with the slander of others or other communities. I don't do anything divisive.
Good for you.
That's my biggest thing. And this past year was one that got a little weird, because I was like, I've really dedicated myself to bringing people together. Like I thought that was my goal. That's my priority. I damn sure thought that's what I was doing on a global scale. Everybody, all races, shapes, sizes, whoever you are, whatever you are, you can come to a Kevin Hart show and have a good time. So when it came off as if I was a person that was divisive, that was tough.
You're talking about the Oscar shit.
The Oscar shit, yeah. Like
this is a time where people are just looking to be upset about things.
100%.
And they're not looking at you, Kevin Hart, as just a human being. Like, who is he overall? Super positive. They're not even concentrating on that. I mean, think about how positive you are, and yet they tried to concentrate on some jokes that you did, 9 years ago?
It's a wake-up call of understanding the times, but then more importantly, for me, it was, okay, I went through it. I made sure that the people of the LGBTQ community really understand that, hey, guys, I apologized before, but I'm apologizing again. I'm sorry. I'm not that guy. I don't want you to think I'm that guy. Then it just became the constant conversation.
They're never happy.
That it just became the constant conversation.
Yeah.
And now it is, guys, I'm not only sorry, I don't condone anything that has to do with hate to anybody. This is no longer a conversation. So guys, I'm going to stop talking about it because now I feel like I'm feeding into what I'm not. I know I'm not. The world and public should understand and know that I'm not, because over this time period, I've shown that I'm not. So the apology, once again, I'm sorry. Genuinely, I'm sorry. But then it never stopped. And at that point, I just made a decision. And I'm like, guys, at this point, I'm making a decision to not talk about it anymore. That doesn't mean that I'm being disrespectful to anybody. That doesn't mean that I'm shutting down anything. It means that for me, I'm going to stop talking about it, because at this point, I don't know what to do. At this point, I thought the apology is what you wanted me to do. I did it. I made sure that you understand that I'm not a hateful person. I don't condone hate. I did that. I stepped down so I don't take attention off of that night and those people that are there to be celebrated. I don't want to draw attention to myself and what's around me. I stepped down. Everything I did was for the better of good. I'm stepping away, guys, because I don't want this to be a negative night or a negative thing. And then it still became a conversation. So I waited for it to die down. I went on my radio show, gave another public apology, made sure that he understand that I'm sorry. I hope these words didn't hurt anybody. I once again apologize. I don't condone hate to anyone. I hope that you guys can forgive me for those jokes of old. So now I say, if you don't understand it or you don't believe it, I don't know what else to give. I don't know what else to do.
There's nothing else you can do. That's very wise of you.
Nothing.
It's very wise of you to step away like that, because if you didn't, they would probably pursue it forever.
Right. I mean,
it becomes a point of attention. That's all it is. They just decide that this is something they're going to focus on.
What I had a good talk, and I'm going to talk about this for a minute. A friend of mine, Lee Daniels. Me and Lee Daniels. Lee called me, told me he wanted to talk to me. You know who Lee Daniels is? Director, producer. The show Empire is one of his biggest shows. So he calls me. He's like, Kevin, I want to talk to you. And us talking, he's like, look, this is a time where you could speak up and talk about, you know, the community that's been affected by hatred and, you know, hateful crimes. You can step up and be a voice and say that you don't condone or don't stand with any type of hate or whatever. You can take that stage and do that. And I said, Lee, I understand what you're saying. I said, but why did you expect me to know what's been happening within this community in regards to hate and crimes? I said, I'm not aware. I said, some people can just not be aware. I'm not in the know. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea.
In the gay community.
Yes, within that community. I have no idea.
Right.
When you tell me this, I'm now educated and I understand. So it's easy to simply inform.
Right.
Information is key. When people get information, they process the information. When you can process the information, you go, oh, wait a minute. That makes sense. Hey, if you guys think that I condone hate, wait a minute. I don't. And anybody that does, fuck you, man. That's bad. You shouldn't. I can say that. But instead, when this happened, it was become an ally. Become a voice.
Yeah.
And that's where there was just a miscommunication. That's where a back and forth kind of was established that I think people just started to take things and run with it. And I'm just not one to feed into what I feel isn't going to eventually evolve into a positive thing.
In a real conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I'm trying my best to.
It was becoming tabloid bullshit as
Pretty
opposed
much.
to like a real discussion.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait.
Clickbait.